Welcome, Humber Hawks Nation. Welcome to the very first installment of the Humber Hawks Weekly Update. My name is Luca Rosano, and we're going to be taking a look at men's and women's volleyball and men's and women's basketball and see how all those teams fared in this past week that was. So let's take a look. We begin in men's volleyball, and the men's volleyball team were victorious last Sunday as they knocked off Cambrian College 3-0 at home. However, on Thursday, Redeemer pulled off the massive upset over Humber, defeating the Hawks 3-1 at Humber. Humber's next game comes at St. Clair, and that will be Saturday, January 31st. The loss against Redeemer didn't hurt the Hawks too much as they still sit tied atop of the West Division with Mohawk with 22 points. The record-setting pace for Terrell Bramwell continues as he leads his team with 254 kills and 299 points. Switching gears now to women's volleyball, and the women's side were also victorious last Sunday as they defeated Cambrian 3-0 at home. On Thursday, unlike the men, the women's team were able to take care of business against Redeemer as they knocked them off 3-0 at Humber. The women's next game comes Saturday, January 31st, also against St. Clair. The women's perfect week keeps them undefeated on the year at 14-0 and in sole possession of first place in the West Division with an impressive total of 28 points. A comfortable 6 points up on second place, Sheridan. Talia Hanneman leads the way for the women's team with 149 kills and 190 points. Moving on to men's basketball, and the men's basketball team defeated Sault Ste. Marie College yesterday 73-60 and will play again today at 3 p.m. Eastern against the very same Sault Ste. Marie College. The Hawks return home Saturday, January 31st to play St. Clair at 8 p.m. Eastern. Humber at 11-1 sit 2 points behind Mohawk for first place in what's shaping up to be a very tight race atop of the West Division. Ansel Martin is leading the way in scoring for the Hawks with 12.5 points per game, and the big man in the middle, aka Tyrone Dixon, has arguably been the Hawks' MVP this season, averaging 10 points, 10 rebounds, and close to 3 block shots per game. To conclude in women's basketball, and the Hawks were victorious yesterday in Sault Ste. Marie College, taking care of business on the road, defeating them 63-21. Their next game comes today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and that is against Sault Ste. Marie College to wrap up the 2-game road span. The Hawks return home Saturday, January 31st against the St. Clair Saints, and that game will go at 6 p.m. Eastern. Humber now sits second in the West at 11-1, 4 points behind Mohawk for first place in the West. Leandra Kerr and CJ Nofuente have carried the Hawks offensively this season, along with Alina Domingo, who are all averaging double digits in scoring this season. And that concludes the Humber Hawks Weekly Update. Stay tuned for next week as the Humber Hawks will continue playing out the remaining games of this season. Until next time, I'm Luca Rosano, and thank you for tuning in to the Humber Hawks Weekly Update.